Oh, crying out loud. Cut! Cut, 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 cut! Got an avalanche happening here. Oh, anyway. Good morning, everybody. Troy Pond with Pond's Edge, LLC. Going to talk about something that's not quite so ultralight this morning, but is traditional and is beloved by just about everybody. I mean, there's a few people out there that don't like it, but I love it. This morning I'm going to talk about some of the leathers that we carry, and I'm going to walk you through a custom order for a bag that somebody ordered, and just show you the basics, quick and dirty, of how it's done. Today I'll be working with the pigskin. It's a nice smelling pig right there. Soft, supple, just oof. You gotta love working with leather, I'm telling you. But I've got the black, and then I've got, oh, what does it say this is? Rust. I've got rust. So I've got two colors of that to work with. I do also work in multiple cow hides, and I have a little bit of deer tan to use, which is just like incredibly expensive, but supple, soft, just an absolute pleasure to wear. So stick with me while I walk you through this quick and dirty little bag, and we'll give this little piggy a new home. Stick around. Okay, first things first. As they say, anytime you're working with leather, start out with a new blade. So let's do that right away. I think we can still flip this guy. Yep, looks like it's good yet. And there we go. Okay, next step would be to select our section of leather. With leather, something I never realized until I started working with hide was that it's not like fabric at all. And there's a little hole in there from who knows what skinning process or whatever. But these little guys can be all over the place. There's one there. So also the edges are a lot more supple than, say, the back. You can see where the spine ran. So this isn't as supple. So what we're looking for a small stuffed sack is something that would be kind of medium supple. I think I just like saying that word at this point. So let's see here what we have available. And obviously you want to be selective about your stretch. Leather has more stretch in one direction than the other. So I think this isn't too bad right here. Here's where I cut the last one. We'll go right there. Ugh, hate beetles. Okay. So I've got my saw pouch pattern here, which is the size of this particular bag. Pattern it to whatever size you want. Now, my patterns, I have carpet tape stuck down to each pattern, and then I adhere a piece of, say, 120 or 150 grit sandpaper over the top of that to, see, keep the wonky doos off my projects. Keeps it from sliding around. It's worth the money to take the time to set it up for success. All right, so first thing we do is lay the pattern out and one medium pressure continuous cut. Before you move, make sure that you're cut through. What you don't want to do is make multiple cuts and end up with multiple little strings of spaghetti and nothing cut through. So once again, medium pressure, stick to your pattern, take your time, not a race. We're in no real hurry here, I don't think. All right, and slide it up just a little bit because the pattern's just a little bit too short. And I'm going to have to do exactly what I just said not to do. And I will line it up real carefully, and hopefully it will not have a zigzag or anything like that. And then complete your cut. Even pressure. Careful not to overcut because hide is valuable and we do not want to waste it. And then I have a little bit, I can't quite tell. Yeah, I have a little bit of a taper here, so I'm going to go ahead and knock that guy off. So there we have it. A nice piece of pigskin leather, pig hide leather, whatever you want to call it, to do our project. Okay, so here I am on the Sailrite, and I'm going to wind a bobbin quick. Not sponsored, by the way. It's got kind of a neat system. You got to pop this little key out, and then it puts it in a freewheel. The bobbin is engaged now, but the presser foot, the feed dogs, and the needle do not move. Lord have mercy! I like to hold hand tension on it. It's just the way I do it. And there we have it, one bobbin. Disengage. Clamp it off. And give a snip. And we'll bring the bad boy up through here. Someone's probably going to say I'm threading it wrong, and I probably am. What do I know? I just use it every day. There we go. Down through the tensioner. Need to put the pin back in. There we go. Thread it up through here. Trying to keep my hands out of the way. Oop, yellow. Good morning. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Hey, how about threading this guy here? Quick. Yeah, there we go. Down through here. Then there's a little hole above the needle. Little guide. It goes in there. You pull that out. And of course not. And then what I like to do is I have a bad angle here. Can't see where to go with it. Holy heck. Kind of embarrassing at this point. Oh, you gotta be kidding. There we go. Alright, now right now I've got a gray bobbin thread in. It's really locked down. And I want to get rid of said thread. Pop up the carrier. Clamp that off so we don't have string everywhere. And snap that in there. And there we have it. Yeah, I might as well put it through the presser foot too. Let's go on there anyway. Okay, set. So now that we've got all that done, we're going to push that aside and get back to the leather project at hand. Okay, here we be, back again, working on the bag, back in the sewing room. So what I have here is our piece of pigskin that I cut a few minutes ago. And normally I would use basting tape, but I've been hacking on this cheap roll of carpet tape, which does the exact same job for like 1/100th of the cost. Except for you got to cut it into strips. Oh no, it's terrible. So what I do is cut a piece of basting tape. You can find it at just about any leather shop. I'm pretty sure Well, I get most of mine off Amazon, but I think it comes from a leather shop anyway. A lot of sewing departments have it, the big box stores. This stuff here comes from a big box store, and like I said, I just cut it down. I use it for everything. So, press that down, and then you do that twice. There's other ways of doing this. This is just my preferred method. Stick it down. Little stickies everywhere. Bye-bye. Hello. Anyway, before I lose what's left of the rest of my mind. Okay, I've got some fancy schmancy red nylon here to do the drawstring. And I'm not ready for that, but I've got it. It's pretty. So, anyway, back to the bag. What I do is try to find the edge of the tape. Come on. You know you want to cooperate. We all want to be friends here. Apparently we don't want to be friends. Well, we'll try it again. All right. Warm it up a little bit with my thumb here. Hit it with just a little bit of extra heat. You do that, it separates out really nicely. Just got to be careful because leather does not like heat at all. And I'm going to eyeball this because I've done more than one. In case you're wondering, that's probably about 3/4 of an inch. So, don't know what I'd do without tweezers. There we go. And second one. Basically the same thing. Okay, now all we're going to do is stitch, single stitch along that line and that line, and I'm going to eyeball it using the spacers on the presser foot of the machine. So like I said, I'm going to use the spacers on the machine here. I'm basically going to just follow along this line here with the center portion of this foot. And the walking foot makes leather so easy to sew. Always lock them off. Snip, snip, snip. It's always more fun with the sound effects, right? Okay, next. Lock it off. All right. Now, for the fun part. Seems to be something dusty around here. I want to line up my sides, and loves me some binder clips. These little black ones are getting stretched out. They're a little bit weaker than the silver ones, and they don't ding things quite as bad, but this has had heavy duty enough that it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Put a couple of those on there just to hold everything even, because we want to keep our top edges even. Yeah, just makes things look a little bit better. course, I could sew it together like this. Yeah, not so much. Yeah, right there, that's good. Good stuff. Even the birds agree with us. Right, birds? Now that we have our fun little clippy-doos on here, it is time to do the stitching. And that's basically the same thing. I'm gonna kind of hold the line here with the presser foot. With leather, it's really important to hold your tails, because if your tails get away from you, you end up with a monkey knot. And a monkey knot's just not good, right? The birds chiming in there. Chicken just loves this sewing machine and likes to talk to it anytime we work. Not sure if he's talking at it or yelling at it. Not really sure. He hasn't told me. So, second side, same thing. Make sure we're all lined up. Good to go. And then we lock that guy off. We are now ready for our drawstring. Make sure we singe our end here just to make our lives a little bit easy. Get the whisker off there. And we made another whisker. Ooh, fire. Oh, gotta entertain yourself throughout the day or it's a long day. All right, what I do, open it up if it needs it with a pencil. And I've got this fancy schmancy straw thing, brake line, old brake line, well, new brake line from the auto parts store works fantastic too. I don't have mine with me. And simply thread it through. Pull it through, no fuss, no muss. Okay, I don't need to open that with the pencil. We'll stick that guy back through there. And not quite enough, but enough to make it work. Leave my amount of extra string there. Snip it with the schnizzers. Snip. Ooh, more fire. There we go. Okay, I got a little line lock here. I'm not sure what these are actually called. We call them hog noses, pig noses. I think it's pretty aptly named. Looks like one of the pigs from a cartoon. Thread those through there with all the coordination you have. And apparently it's going to take just a little bit more, maybe another cup of coffee or two. All right, we snub that guy up. And I like to put an overhand granny knot on there. Snub that up so that you can't lose your line lock. And give it a little flip. Set your corners. Another use for this. Pop the corners a little bit more. And there you have it. One beautiful little pigskin bag with drawstring closure. Leather is a little moody, so it draws up tight there with a little bit of play in. So there you have it, a leather stuff sack. To the gentleman who bought this, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it brings you many years of good service. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Troy with Ponds Edge LLC. Check us out on Etsy. Website, jasonpondsedge.com. And you can get to my Etsy shop from there. Get a hold of me if you need something. Shoot me a message. Through Etsy works the best. Emails I'm a little slow to respond to, but you'll get a hold of me. So thank you very much, and you have a good day, and we'll see you on the next video, which I'm hoping to do a water bottle video here, water bottle pocket video here shortly. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for that. Thanks much.